Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we are on Now's account from Vietnam server 2. We're going to be attacking in the Primal Lord Mirage Frostspike. We did team testing yesterday and we reviewed the skills of Mirage Frostspike. But if you're not aware of the skills, don't worry, we'll go over them after we take a look at the fight. But there is a top team formation right now which is crazy. Using the twins, it has gotten over, like, people are getting over 12 billion damage already, and this is only day 2. And on day 1 they were hitting over 10 billion damage. Now here's going to be the team formation. There's too many heroes on this formation. It should not, 7 different heroes are positioned here, right? Because you have Fresto and his illusion, Lila and Elijah, and then Sinbad, Sonya, and Rainier. With this artifact, this artifact, basically, we can't see it here, but we'll see it in battle. It is reminding me of Star Shard spell, but like the seasonal version of it, because based on a certain number of your ultimate cast, then it will deal damage. I think it's based on ultimate cast, but it will deal damage, true damage, based on attack of your own team. And it also gives you haste and attack, so it's like very similar to Star Shard, like a buffed up version. And definitely with Elijah, Lila, they take advantage of artifacts like that because you're going to be casting ultimates so rapidly with your energy generation and energy gains. So Rainier is going to position swap the Sinbad. The thing is, you're basically going to use as much damage amplification as possible. So Rainier increases the damage dealt to the boss. Sinbad's debuffs increase the damage that the boss receives. Even Thorn would be one. I wonder, like, could there be a way of like using Thorn maybe rather than the Fresto, because I don't exactly know what the Fresto is providing. And then we have the Hypergene Celestial buff tile on the back, and so he'll begin with initial energy, and the nearby allies Sonya and the twin will be boosted in energy. And the formation for the twins is actually Elijah is going to be in the front and Lila is going to be in the back. The main Fresto is going to be in front of Sonya for energy, and Illusion is going to be in the back. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a run of this in 1x speed and watch it. So Sinbad has really become kind of dominant in this season, even pre-endless Dreamworld bosses and now this Primal Lord. Sinbad is doing a lot of work, and the twins are doing way more work than even Sinbad. So watch this. Now that once all of the allies on the Stellar Bond have casted their ultimate, I think did Sonya already cast? Now basically each time, yeah, like all of your allies cast, even like you saw right there, Rainier gained 150 energy after casting, Fresh Illusion gained 150 energy after casting. Your whole team is going to be spamming ultimates so rapidly now because they get 15% energy refund due to the Mythic Plus ability of the twins. Okay, now look at this. See, it is going to be based on ultimate casting, 4 ultimates, and you're going to trigger this, and you're just going to be spamming because you have Fresto and his illusion, that's true bodies. You have the twins who are going to just give massive energy to everyone. Sinbad does get locked up in the ice, and then as long as you have enough healing for him to out-heal it to over 50% of his health, it is going to cleanse that effect. So that is really the key and crucial thing. 48 seconds left, all the way up to over 7 billion damage. The charms will also definitely play a major role here. Like the twins charms gives attack to all allies that they heal. So the allies on the Stellar Bond, they're definitely going to be healing because they're linked, and that green orb heals them. Then you have Rainier to provide the ally 1 tile behind him, which is Sinbad in this slot. True damage. Some of his damage will be converted into true damage. And then Sinbad's charms cause his third attack to deal bonus damage for free. And I don't know about Sonya's charms. And Ferris's charms don't really matter because they taunt the enemy, and that will not apply to a boss. Okay, 26 seconds left. Already 9.4 billion. Which is crazy. The top one today for his district is like over 12 billion damage though. So I don't think we're going to be able to beat that. But this is looking really good. Already set a new record. Yeah, and keep in mind, his team, if he could upgrade his Sinbad to plus 15 exclusive equipment, it would be quite a big deal. Because Sinbad is the carry, right? So if you can give him more stats from that upgrading. Okay, now Sinbad goes down towards the end, but he did a lot of damage throughout the fight. But if you could have given more stats from upgrading, also it would have a more powerful effect of his debuff, causing the boss to take even more damage if he had plus 15 exclusive equipment. So that would be a major boost to his score as well. But we still got 10.8 billion, which is really good. This is really good. Rank 4, and we're going to gain that. Okay, I'm going to use this season before we do the final attack, I think we're able to do the final attack, but I'm just going to level up. Now they're all going to be at 541. I already did bump up Sinbad and Sonya to 541 so that we could have a better chance here. But yeah, the key charms are going to be Rainier's charms because they're going to make convert damage into true damage, 30% of it, of Sinbad's damage, which is valuable. And then Sinbad charms going to deal bonus damage on his third attack. And then you have Sonya's charms, which are going to unleash... Oh, yeah, Sonya's charms are also important because they're going to cause the boss to reduce the defense of the boss to increase the damage taken. Now, the weird thing, though, is there's ability that I'm going to show you, and then the twins are over here, and they have... Yeah, they increase the attack provided to when healing or shielding. Okay, now when we look back at the Primal Lord, this is the thing which is confusing, and I don't know if it's just a translation error or what exactly it means, but if you look at one of the abilities here, this one, when Mirage Frostspike receives any stat nerfing debuff. Now, I don't know if damage amplification counts for that, like if you mark Mirage as the guard, for example, by Sinbad, or position swap by Rainier, is that debuff considered a stat debuff? It doesn't, like, I don't know if it's a stat nerfing debuff or not. Anyway, this says it nullifies the debuff and converts it as power into 3 floating energy masses, but this is not applying onto Rainier and Sinbad. They are getting that damage, like, basically amplification. But maybe Sonya's, like, the effect of her charm bonus is actually not going to apply because that would actually be reducing the defenses. That would be a stat nerfing debuff. I think maybe damage amplification is not necessarily a stat reducing debuff. It's just kind of like, it's an augmentation of how much damage is received. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, and the other major ability is just this one, which is that charges briefly, inflicts frost heal on the enemy who deals the highest cumulative damage, which will be the Sinbad in this case. Reducing the HP by 95, so down to 5% of their health, freezing them, and reducing their vitality by 50, and then the healing is going to be very ineffective. One thing I don't know, though, is this 50 like a permanent effect? Because it seems like the later you go into the battle, the less healing that is going to be received by Sinbad. You can't even heal it off at the end. Maybe it's because each time it triggers, it keeps reducing vitality. So by negative 50, then negative 100, then negative 150. I don't know. Maybe, like, I don't know if it works like that, but that would make sense. And the seal will automatically be dispelled when the target's HP recovers to above 50% of their maximum health. Yeah, that's why you need the healing. And that is the other weird thing. Like, this is the top performing team, but it doesn't have a lot of healing other than just Elijah and Lila. Those are the main form. And then also Rainier has healing that he's providing. And then Sonya buffs as well, I guess, are going to protect the Sinbad, making him tankier. So all of those things are really what are going for it. But I want to do one more attack. I don't know if I want to change around the team because I don't know how we could make it better. But I think the reason why the Fresto is good here is it because it's triggering this Frostfall spell. You have two bodies who can both cast ultimate. That is going to trigger more rapidly than anything else. And then the other thing is that this is going to deal damage based on the team attack. And I think the team-wide attack will add up both the Fresto and his illusion attack together. So that's kind of why, even though Fresto is not good for this level of boss, because it's not like an endless boss, this is like a pre-endless boss level of stats, he's still good here because of all of those reasons. So then when you really look at it, what are really the upgrades? Like, if this is the team comp you want to do with Sinbad carry, I can't see any upgrade. Okay guys, so we're going to attack one more time with the same team formation. I want to see whether we can get a higher score, and I want to pay attention to the Sinbad. We should also pay attention, okay, yeah, these Frostspikes, which are like appearing around the floating orbs, they must be because we're trying to debuff the boss, and it isn't applying, right? And then they get the orbs. Yeah, I'm not sure. And when it says nullifies the stat reducing debuff, does it actually completely like offset it, or is the boss still being debuffed? When you look at the boss, there are no debuff icons on it, which is the weird thing. But you do see the guard and the hitter. Anyway, okay, so what we want to pay attention to is the buffs on Sinbad. It's not showing any debuff. And like a vitality debuff shows, like right there, you see the vitality debuff, then it goes away. But for some reason later on in the fight, you're just not able to heal off the effect of it. Maybe the boss is ramping up in damage, like hitting you harder, and or like I don't know, because it doesn't make sense to me how the whole fight you're able to heal it off, but then right towards the end you're kind of stuck in the frozen state. So let's see what happens here. 38 seconds left. Like it's going so well up until this point, but then the match begins getting hard. Okay, there you go. Okay, we get the burst of healing, and it's enough. Like, that burst of healing was enough, and it still was a pretty high burst of healing. Now let's see what will happen over here. The twins are crazy. Just so much ultimate spam. Like, for 90-second fights, like any boss content, the twins just have too much value. Because all of your allies are getting that energy refund, casting ultimate more, and then you have this permanent haste buff as well. Okay, like, this is looking good now. It's just down to the Sinbad. He needs to not immediately die here. He needs to be... Yeah, we need to heal it off. Is it because we're casting the ultimate with the twins? Yeah, because, like, when you watch it there, he just ends up dying because the healing is not enough. Like, it seemed like we were just not healing him at all. Like, maybe it was, like, the timing of the green orb or something. Anyway, this is going to get around about the same score, a little bit lower. There's not much RNG involved in Primal Lords in general, but that is pretty much it. So this is hopefully going to give you a good idea of what to expect for the Mirage Frostspike. I'm going to show you now a different team formation. I'll show it to you in the talent stages. Okay guys, so there is another team which is doing well with Sinbad, and I'm going to show that to you. Sinbad is doing really well because basically Sinbad and Rainier, they both are going to amplify the damage that your team is dealing. So getting Sinbad to Mythic Plus is going to be kind of a priority. And again, it is going to be running, well, it actually isn't running this artifact. It'll run the Harmonic spell. Yeah, the Harmonic spell is really good for Dream Realm, but the other spell that we were running for this one, which is the Frostfall spell, that is good if you have a lot of ultimate casting. Basically, if you're running the twins, Frostfall spell is usually the best option, but if you don't have as much ultimate spam, then the Harmonic spell is going to be better. So the team formation is going to be a little bit similar. You're going to have Rainier, but Rainier is going to position swap the Odie. Odie is going to be your major damage carry. Odie over here, and then you're going to have Sinbad and Mikola. And the reason why this is going to be the way, you're basically now using Sinbad as a debuffer role rather than actually as a damage dealer. And this is good because also, like, I guess if you don't have him upgraded as much, but you still want to have him upgrade to plus 15 because that will increase the debuff that he provides onto the boss. Rainier is going to position swap the Odie into the boss, and Odie is going to hit harder, converting some of that into true damage. Sonya will buff up Mikola and Odie. But yeah, I mean, one thing you could maybe consider is just even having Sinbad being buffed rather than the Mikola. But I guess if you have most of your allies up in the melee range, the Mikola's damage will be pretty high with the Curd Sphere as well. Yep, and your team will be pretty much chopped off. You saw in that fight even that basically everyone's at full health other than the ally who's getting frozen and all of their HP depleted. That is the only ally at risk of dying. And then you're going to need healing for that. But Mikola would provide the healing in this team. So that is basically another team option that is being run right now. This is going over 9 billion as well. And then there are other versions. For example, there are versions with OD. And some other good team versions are going to be like this. Basically, this is another team comp which people are running. And this one is going to be with the people. I've tried it with the Frostfall spell. But honestly, I think probably Harmonic would be better. Just like with the Sinbad, Harmonic is kind of being better. But either one could work. Basically, Frostfall or Harmonic. And this comp is pretty similar, but rather than having Sinbad, you have Lily May. This is a more kind of free-to-play team if you have Rainier at Mythic Plus that you can try to plan to run for the Primal Lord. But it doesn't do as well because you don't even have a faction talent here. And right now, maybe it doesn't matter that much, but as you keep upgrading faction talent trees, all of those stats are going to add up, even if you don't really care about the Prime Carrier buff tile. And so this is one team that is being run. The other team that is being run is going to be a Mauler team, and it's pretty good as well, and it's going to be with Ludovic for healing, Ludovic and Mikola. Basically, with a comp like this, it's impossible for the boss to ever kill any of your allies because you have massive healing. But you also have reduced damage then because you have 2 healers rather than only needing 1 in the other comps. But this is good. Shakira will be buffing up the Odie because Odie gets teleported into the front. Sonya will be in the front. Mikola will be in the front. Overall, this is a good and strong team. And this is also going to be, well, people have tried it with the Frostfall spell. But I would think maybe even it would be worth a shot with the Harmonic spell because you're going to be fully topped off on health and like you're not going to be recasting ultimate that much because Shakir is going to be mainly in his wolf form, so I think you wouldn't have as much value with the Frostfall. But anyway guys, that is pretty much going to be it for this video. I just wanted to update you with the overall top team and the other like next best team options as of right now with the limited testing that has been done, so you can kind of prepare a plan ahead. But basically Sinbad as of right now is the dominant force in both of the 2 top scoring teams. Sinbad is being used. Rainier is also being used in both, so Rainier to Mythic Plus. So if you have that, that's great. If you don't have it already, I don't think I would go for it. I would probably go for the Twins over Rainier. But yeah. Anyway guys, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and you can share your thoughts about the Primal Lord and teams in the comment section down below. And if you haven't joined my AFK Journey Discord server already, then feel free to join that. There's a link to that in the description of this video. And we chat a lot over there. Like we have over 1,900 members, and and I am active there too, so I can answer any questions you have. But thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.